everybody. It's Marguerite. We are running a couple of minutes behind because we had quite the late dinner as a result of getting a bunch of other stuff done this evening. Alistair's making us some tea and will be with us in a moment or two. So don't feel like you have to hurry, is what I'm saying. Hey, Ducky. Thanks, KP. Need tea. For reasons we'll talk about later and that we talked about on Sunday, I'm trying to get an awful lot done these next couple days. I have a business trip coming up next week and I'm going to be away. And I'm just trying to get... There's so much to do. Just things I'm trying to get wrapped up. And so we are working late and eating late. And we were running a bit behind with stream because we finally have access to Last Week Tonight again, which is one of our favorite weekly news programs. And it was a particularly long episode that we started a bit late. But I also had a piece of the Tres Leches cake with strawberries. And it was delightful. So my tummy is happy. Because I went to Costco today. And the most cost-effective lost leader item you always buy when you go to Costco is... Anybody know? I'm terribly curious if anybody knows what this is. Bedroom improvements are done. Next project requires a jig. My dad has to install knobs on the kitchen cabinet drawers, which currently have nothing on them. Oh boy. Ooh, yay. Jigs are cool. Top of stream ads, are going to run here shortly. And the answer to what you should always buy when you go to Costco is a rotisserie chicken. They're free-range chickens, and they're the cheapest things they sell. They always sell them at a loss because it attracts people into Costco. And so even if you just got to go to Costco for bagels and eggs, which is what I went to Costco for today, I also bought a rotisserie chicken. So that's what was for, a chunk of it was what was for dinner. Hey, Bonsai, how you doing? Hi, Spite. Hi, Enwich. Good time zone, everybody. Alistair's going to be joining us shortly. He's making tea while the ad break is running. They've got to have Costco on the East Coast. They've got to have Costco. We have Costco in the UK. My sister is a fan of the Costco Taco Dinner Kit. Ooh, those sound good. It uses the rotisserie chickens. Yeah, Costco's very effective. They don't have a lot of waste, like things that they bake and prepare in store then get used in store, which I think is nice. But yep, I'm all about... Hello, Casper, how are you? I'm all about a rotisserie chicken from Costco because it's one of those, I can get 6 meals out of this sucker and then make soup. Because I have a chest freezer now. Makes me so very, very happy. You doing okay? Behold, there's tea. Let's see if I can get your headphones set up. We've just started the top of stream ad break, so... Alright. Let's see if your headphones will... There we go. Oh, no. It says your mic's not working again because it doesn't like you. I'm sorry. That's okay. Let's see. Come on, headset. You can do it. There it goes. It says that you're working now. We'll see. Wish me luck for the HOA meeting on Saturday. Oh, gosh.
Ooh.
I may have to defend dog owners from people who want pristine grass.
Fuck them up, Kate B.
HOAs are nightmares. Oh. Pristine grass is a sham. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of our grass. Or at least a good chunk of it just as soon as...
You know what pristine grass is? An opportunity.
Pristine grass should be AstroTurf. It's plastic. I'm not into pristine grass. It's ecologically horrible.
I've never forgotten a friend of mine who moved to a nice, quiet village, and the first thing that happened was they were left a muffin basket by their neighbors with a laminated cleaning roster and the dates for when they had to mow their lawn.
Nope.
Oh, you would buy a shredder, an industrial one, walk it out to the end of the driveway, and shred it in public. I know you.
The idea of pooling funds to pay for new roofs is terribly helpful. It is until if your HOA is good about planning for it so that you're saving a little bit of money all the time. I hear horror stories all the time from people who just get spontaneous $20,000 bills saying, "Oh, we need a new roof, get pony up." And I'm just, oof. No. Oh, no. I extensively researched whether or not there were homeowners associations in all of the houses that we went to view before we bought a place,
And
because I was not going to tolerate such
and if I
shenanigans.
remember correctly, there were several that were eliminated because.
Yes. I'm just, no. Absolutely not going to do that. Small county towns and villages can be lovely, but occasionally they're awful. Yes. My rule, and kind of like the benchmark that I use, is that I look at sidewalks. If a town is so small that it doesn't maintain pedestrian access, then it's too small for me.
That's one of the middle piddling fuck definitions.
Yeah. Law requires 10% of monthly fees to be banked to accrue for maintenance. Oh, good. Cool. Right. Okay. You good?
I'm very good. Let's do it.
Let's see if I remember where we left off. We decided that for the second... Well, let's see if it's saved. How about that? It looks like it. Now I have only the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? Dad always talked about how the archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in those days. Oh my gosh!
We have a raid?
Bonsai has given some gift subs. Thank you very much. And
so
it
much,
looks
Bonsai.
like we're hype training, which is very kind. Very cool. It's been a while since I've paid attention to such things, to be honest. It's not as easy to do when I'm, watching the game here.
But at the same time, this is somewhat more casual and relaxed than our setup.
That's true. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the archdeacon who came to Tassing when the Baron was killed. Jacob Essler. He doesn't look familiar to me.
It does not.
I've finally gotten somewhere with things, and listening to you guys has really, really helped. I'm so
thanks,
glad to
Bonsai.
hear that, Bonsai. I'm really glad to hear that things are improving for you. That's always wonderful. I'll write to him and ask. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt. And of course I need to write back to Esther too. I'll write them tonight before bed, because what is sleep? Sleep, right. He appears to be wearing glasses, yeah. But first, maybe I should go check on Dad. I wish there was a way to see, what decisions we had made about... Here we go. Now that another section of the mural is underway, I need to figure out how I'm going to portray the revolt. I should head home and write a few letters before I go to bed. Yeah, because... Hang on a second, I'm trying to remember. There we go. I think I've learned all I can from the ruins. Was it the same person who attacked my dad? Yeah, it doesn't really document for us anywhere what decision we made about the mural, which I find a little frustrating. What's new in the glossary here? Can't tell. Alright, so we have some letters to write. Should we go try and talk to some people? I think if I just go wander around, everybody's going to be in bed. Let's see if Dad has anything to say.
When we wrapped last time, we did the... No one's up. It's 300 years until nightclubs. This sucks.
He's asleep, mostly. And it's starting to snow. All right, well, let's write some letters. See if we can do anything. All right, where to begin? I'll write to the Archdeacon and see if he can tell me about the revolt. I'll write a letter to Esther, too. I hope the courier can make it through the passes before winter. Jacob Essler, formerly Archdeacon of Friesling. Yeah, they do look like...
a little metal, actually.
It's pretty badass. It some cool bling going on with the chain there. My name is Magdalene Druckeren. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothvogel's murder at Curacao Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember?
This is a really good one. My instinct is either the first one or the third.
In particular, do you remember anything about someone writing notes to provoke the killer? Hi, Zalia. Did you see any evidence that might suggest that there was some sort of larger conspiracy at work, or do you have any reason to doubt the conclusion of the case? Both the last one and the top ones are both really good. I think I want to go with the last one. It's nice and open-ended. Do you have any reason to doubt the conclusion of the case? I mean no disrespect. I only ask in case it might understand our recent past. Well done on the hype train, everybody. Oops.
Still going.
Yeah. Wow.
Good
and we
job,
have some
Thank you.
new emojis, it looks like, as well, which is super cute.
Oh, this is great. There was a thing on Blue Sky earlier, which was write a horror story in 6 words or less.
Yeah.
And mine was, you have voicemail. And a friend of ours has just responded with, new message.
Yeah. Thank you for any help you can give, Magdalene Druckeren. There we go. Now I'm going to write to Esther. Dearest Esther, I hope you're well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simund. And Elijah, too, of course, and your parents. Elijah's her younger brother, if I remember correctly. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshop so that the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad is doing poorly, but at least he seems comfortable. He's sleeping more, but Dr. Stoltz says that's a consequence of the colder weather. I mean, I certainly sleep as much as I can during colder weather as well. Especially when we put the second duvet on the bed so I can have some. I do what I can for him, but this winter has been hard. You should see the side eye he's giving me right now. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much she and Dr. Stoltz can do. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Oh, look at her face. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. Hello!
Hey there.
This is the first stream I've been able to catch, but I've watched the VODs for a while, and I think you're all really cool.
Oh,
That's
Varen,
very kind
so
of you.
Much. Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the stream. I'm really glad that you can join us. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town.
Do we?
Do we? After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins, we definitely know there was somebody running in the ruins. I like the middle option.
Yeah.
If it's the person who attacked my dad, why are they following me? It's the strangest thing. Given me a fright a few times already. But I don't mean to worry you. Look at the snow outside the window. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. I should have it completed by Christmas or soon after, before the new year at least. Then perhaps at long last I shall be able to visit you and meet the Simund. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reich post has already been late and reported worsening snows through the passes. We seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simund. Yours always, Magda. Two hours and you wrote all that? Well done.
2 hours later.
2 hours later. It says write to Esther. Well, I did just write to Esther. Still haven't gotten around to cleaning that up. Let's see if there's anything. No, it says bedtime. I guess it's bedtime. Let me just check the journal really quick. It says, I wrote to Jacob Essler, the archdeacon who investigated Baron Rothvogel's murder back in 1518. Maybe he has some information that could help me understand the events that led up to the revolt. Before I head to bed, I should also write another letter to Esther. 18th hour. I wrote a letter to Esther. I'm worried this might be the last one I'll be able to send before snow closes the passes. Hopefully I'll get a response before spring at least. It's getting late. I should get some sleep. All right. How did this get here? Stop. Oh, it's that purple ink.
This calls for justice.
Justice! Hang on a second, I need to move my tea so I can reach it.
I'm not sure whether you saw it, by the way, but there was a beautiful image yesterday of J.G. Hertzler, who played Martok, everybody's favourite golf ball-eyed Klingon.
Yeah.
Who now has a magnificent top knot and an elaborate beard, brandishing a rainbow bat'leth.
Oh, I adore it.
With the caption, "Glory to you and your identity."
Yeah, isn't that the same note that Dad got before? Letter writer, you're not being very specific. Stop what? Stop trying to investigate? Stop trying to do something? You're not specific enough.
That is the most lawyery you've been in such a long time. That is right up there with that.
I did have to write a letter to the IRS today. I have my... Okay, if you've not started watching Smarty Pants on Dropout yet, definitely check it out. It is PowerPoint Party. It's really cool. And one of them is how to write an email like a white lady. And what was that person's name?
It's Alexandra.
Yeah, I want to be Alexandra's friend. Alexandra and I need to be dear friends.
It is a 10-minute discussion of how to construct a white lady email.
Like the parts of it and the decision making, and there's one part of it that's called "Show Them the Knife," which I really like.
And she addresses Alexis.
Thank you.
And she beautifully addresses up front the difference between a white lady email and a Karen email. And her definition of a Karen email is you get angry. And the moment you get angry, you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And she walks you through how to just keep going. And there is her husband is also on the show, and there is a moment where they take questions, And he raises his hand and goes, as someone whose career has benefited from White Lady emails, is there anything I can do to help you? And I felt this sudden flash of camaraderie. I was like, my brother.
Well, yes. Stop is not specific enough. I need more information. Hey, Herman.
I'm also reminded of the Hamilton Burr, I demand you apologize. I said a lot of shit. You're going to have to be more specific.
Right. This is just like the note Dad found. I want to more. I don't feel scared. I probably should, but I don't. I want to know who's doing this.
Yeah, this kid, the way that she is written, this kid would face down the pagan god of the valley herself. And what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Who's doing this? I have a feeling I'm going to find out sooner or later. I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. But he's been so weak. I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. I seriously have narrator voice on. I just finished narrating a story for Cast of Wonders for their upcoming...
It's a good one, too.
It's for the Lodestar Spotlight, if I remember. And it was a very lengthy story, so I've got narrator inflection going on. Should we go check on Dad just real quick? He's probably asleep, but... Yeah. He's tired. I don't blame him. Let's see what my journal said about this. No, nothing. No. Alright, let's get some sleep then. After double checking all the locks.
Well, shit, we were tired.
Yeah, well. So it's been several weeks. 4th of December. Yeah.
Mr. Tricard, only one letter for you today. The pass is now impossible to traverse, and the heavy snow is hard on the horse. And me. Anyway, happy Advent, my dear.
Thank you. The same to you. Ah, reply from Jacob Essler.
No one can be told what the enlightenment is. I've had that one cooking for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Strachan, I do recall of our struggle case, though it has been over a decade since I have served as an archbishop.
That's right. He's the one who held the little tribunal session.
He was kind of a dick. But he was a moderately well-meaning dick.
His house is really pretty, I agree.
It is. I am no longer associated with the office of the Prince Bishop. In fact, I am no longer associated with the Catholic Church. If you do not mind conversing with a Lutheran, I will tell you what I remember. I take no offense at your question regarding potential doubts in the case of the Baron's murder. To stand in judgment of others for so many years naturally invites doubt.
I like him.
Me too. As with our faith, we must learn to live with those doubts and persevere in spite of them. Even so, it seems that the more relevant question after so many years is the architect of the murder is still at large. I recall that the artist who testified, Andreas Mahler, believed someone was manipulating the would-be killers. If this is the case, the serpent has lain coiled in the bosom of your community for decades. It may lay there still. What causes the serpent to awaken every few years to stage a new killing? I fear that finding the answer to that question may draw you into its reach.
The way he phrased that.
Yeah. However, if you are determined to find the source of the trouble, I believe you must inquire with your neighbors. I urge caution in your investigation into this matter. If the serpent merely sleeps, it may be dangerous to poke into its old resting places. I hope this has been of some help to you. May God bless and keep you safe. Jacob Esler. It's kind of nice that when we visit with him again, he is looking back down across the last couple of decades like, I think I made some bad calls.
Yeah. No reply from Esther this time. It must have been delayed due to heavy snow. The postman said I won't receive any more letters until spring. I'd better get back to the Rathas then. Still more work to be done.
Oh, it's Dame Rathouse. Here is Dame Rathouse. I meant to tell you.
Hang on.
Lameg. It's on Netflix.
Is it out? Really?
Yes.
We're going all the way to Christmas Eve?
Damn, son.
Wow. Herman, that's a really good question. Given how much time has passed, that
25 years? Yeah.
It massively narrows the scope and kind of implies that it may be a conspiracy of people or a group as opposed to a particular individual. Because if we assume that the particular individual is also the one responsible for attacking our father, then it's got to be somebody more significantly able-bodied, and it's been several decades. Exactly. A family is another possibility. Well, we have several large families. We also have several organizations, like the former members of the
monastery,
abbey.
the nunnery.
Yeah, exactly.
And Herman makes a particularly good point about lifespans.
Yeah.
50 years, you're looking at anomalously old.
Right, exactly.
Which means if it is the same person, it has to be someone with a high standard of living. And that points us in two directions.
Yeah. Good morning, Dad. I finally caught up on the mural, and now I can start the final part today. I promise I'll get it done.
Magdalene, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Dad. I'm sorry Dr. Stoltz says you can't come to the festivities tonight. I know how much you love the...
Perchtenlauf.
Perchtenlauf?
Perchtenlauf, a Germanic folk ritual celebrated around Christmas time, in which townsfolk dress as Perchten and drive evil spirits from the town to protect it in the coming year.
Oh God, another evening of masks.
So the killer's going to be out and about.
Oh God.
And might be circling around to finish off. As always, next year.
Right. How are you feeling? Dr. Stoltz said he would come by again today.
Fine. I'm fine.
Right? I'm thinking maybe I should stay home. But he's going to shoo me out anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe I should stay home with you today.
No, Magdalene, if you want to work, you should work. It's all right. In fact, my spirits are lifted today. It's Christmas Eve, after all.
Of course.
What's wrong?
Dad, I found a note back in November.
A note? What do you mean?
It was like a note I found in your plans for the murals. Just a scrap of parchment. It looked like it came out of an old manuscript. The writing was elaborate, probably from a Bavarian scriptorium in the last century. And the ink was a rare purple. I've only seen it in a few other books. It just said, "Stop." Do you know where they came from? Who wrote them?
Magdalene.
Oh God, that must be Otts. He said he'd drop by with more firewood. If you know something, I'd like you to tell me, all right?
I know. I will. Can we talk about it later?
Yeah. I'll be back later.
Good. Take care of yourself out there. Start the death clock on Dad.
No, don't. The revolts of 1525. Yeah, I think we're running out of later.
You know how you were saying about how we might not finish this week? I'm starting to think that might not be the case. By the way, how far are we off commerce?
About 6 minutes yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Odds. Make it good. You've interrupted me.
It's about to crack the case up. God damn it.
Still as messy as ever. Doesn't even have my firewood. Where is he?
Outside.
What?
Morning, Magdalene.
Morning, it's cold out, isn't it?
Freezing. Makes me envy Nico, able to stay inside all day. Even Endris has his forge to keep him warm. Anyway, here, I brought some firewood for you and your dad.
Thank you, Odds.
You're welcome. So, how's your dad? You think he can join everyone for Christmas Mass?
I think he'll stay in bed tonight. I'll do my best to be there. I need to keep working on the mural, though. I'm on the final section now.
About the Peasants' Revolt, right? It feels weird to talk about. It affected Tassing so much, but we were just kids. I can't remember what happened. I was just a baby. Never even knew my dad.
That's what makes it so difficult. I need to ask those who were already adults that night, but I don't want to hit raw nerves.
What if you spoke to people while everyone was preparing for the Christmas festivities? Clara sometimes talks about that night. Mom too. You might be able to ask them.
Woslov and Matilda are the only two Benedictines left living in Tassing. Maybe they'd talk to me too.
I didn't think of that. Still, the mural is for Tassing, not the old abbey. Agnes has always been in Tassing, right? I'd go to her as well if I were you.
Oof. Dad said she helped bury everyone who died that night. I wonder if she'd talk about it.
It's your project, Magdalene. It might be worth a try.
I wrote to the old archdeacon about it too. He thinks that the Baron's murder and Otto's death are connected to the revolt.
You? I kind of want you to blow the kid's mind with the second one. Kind of want you to go full red string, but I think the first makes as much sense.
I'm also now suspicious that he may be an information leak. But I I don't have any real evidence of that.
Plus, if you're worried that he's going to get word out to have, that if arts is bad, he's going to get word out to people.
No, my theory is that he may be the youngest member being indoctrinated into a new group. But I think I'll stick with the truth here. The man who came to Tassing for the Baron Rothvogel's murder.
What about him?
He was the judge for the Baron's murder. What if all the deaths in Tassing are connected?
I don't see how that old Baron has anything to do with the revolt. You feeling alright? I think you're looking for connections that aren't there. Maybe the Smuggle Project's getting to you.
I like being honest about this. It's for safety concern. Maybe you're right. I just can't shake the feeling that someone is following me.
You're acting weird.
I'll figure it out somehow. Thanks for the wood.
See you later, Max.
I don't like that he doesn't believe me. That's just right. I should start talking to people around town. I better get started if I want to talk to everyone before the...
Texan laugh.
I don't like that he said I was acting weird.
It's a little bit mansplaining. I also think it's designed to throw him under suspicion, which tells me he's not under suspicion.
Right, we're just about at the point of our first ad break, everybody, so why don't we all get up and get a little stretch and a wiggle. I need to get myself a water refill. We'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Just let the ads, let capitalism do its thing, and we'll be right back. I'm going to get some water. Do you want anything? Oh, I have to stand up and I regret everything. I regret my life choices. Oh, but I do not regret staying hydrated. Oh, smush the chair up against the wall again. Gotta put away the potato salad and the chicken before we go to bed.
Yes.
Oh, and we'll have to put the duvet cover back on the duvet. It smells so nice. I dried it outside.
That smells like flowers.
I don't know if it smells like flowers.
Bill came through again.
Huh?
Now, a few hours ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know whether he's been ill or whether he's healed up from something or whether the weather's changed and he's happier to be out and about, but we are officially Captain Bill Seacaster's track again.
There is a large black cat with one eye.
He looks so dashing.
Who obviously is local to the neighborhood and knows the surrounding area as well, and we haven't seen him for quite a while, and he showed up this morning, and Alistair was saying he showed up this evening again as well.
We have 3 cats we encounter regularly. There's about 5 in the area, but the 3 we encounter regularly are him. We don't know his name, so we've called him Captain Bill, after Bill Seacaster.
Because he's got one eye.
This equally large white cat that we were convinced was obviously his buddy, but having now seen them work different tracks, I think they're kind of occasional feline superhero team up is kind of the situation.
And that cat's name is Ace, and
yes.
We've met the Ace's people.
And they also have another cat who is a delightful tuxedo chonk called Amber.
Who loves pets and
yes.
treats.
And Ace is very aloof. Ace has that kind of Batman thing of, if I stay, there can be no party. And Amber is like, more?
Yeah, I would like my kisses now, please.
Pet more, please. Thank you.
Yes. And then there's several other cats all around the neighborhood. None of them have adopted us yet, and I'm sad.
Well, I mean, only insofar as
they use our backyard as a
several
litter
of them
box.
use the backyard as a litter tray, and these cats are obviously on a high-fiber diet. Let's leave it at that.
Precisely. They could eat a few more snails that while they were at it. That would be lovely. Thank you. My eternal war on the slugs and snails continues.
We also encountered my favorite kind of dog double act last night.
We're at the grocery store,
We're at the
yeah.
grocery store, and this lady waiting outside with an slightly elderly pug and a big slobbery golden retriever. And the golden retriever was made of love. She was just like, "Hello, I met you 2 seconds ago, and you're my best friend, and I love you. Stroke me now." And the pug just looked at you with such contempt. Like I held my hand out to be petted, and it went full French. It actually looked me up and down and went,
Right?
and its mom explained, "Oh no, it's fine. He's actually quite friendly. It's just I won't give him food and he's sulking."
All right, so we're back to the ad break. Let's see. Talk to the midwife and the Gertner farm and the inn, huh? And Volslav as well. Let's see. I want to see my journal here. So many of the participants and witnesses of the peasant revolt are still alive. Agnes, Clara's husband, and the Golden Hand is where there's going to be a lot of people at the Christmas feast. So let's go there last. So let's start with going down the hill. Well, it's very quiet because nobody's working in the fields. Hello, can I ask you some questions? It's so nice and cozy in here. Well, they're not in. They may be at the Christmas preparations then. That's fine. Let's wander around town where there's nobody here to bother us. Yeah, most people are preparing for the Christmas festivities, it looks like. Except for folks at the Gertners. Oh, look, they've got a chicken coop now.
Oh, hey, nice. Exactly. Hi, can I ask you about the night that's left permanent physical and psychological scars on this entire town? I have some questions about how accurate your memory is.
Oh. Clara, Ursula, Gil Peter.
Magdalene. He looks like if you touched him, he'd be dusty.
Definitely. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. I would have thought you'd be working on the mural today. What brings you here? I'd like to sit with you and ask you how you remember the rebellion, so that I can paint it, if that's all right. That was a sad time. If it will help you memorialize those we lost in the revolt, yeah, I'll ask her a few questions. I don't mind. I was a little older than you, so I probably remember a bit more, Magdalene. Of course, Magdalene. We'll tell you all you want to know. I've been looking forward to seeing the mural for some months.
Gret's just the fucking best.
I know.
I love Gret.
Come now, sit with us. But what craft thing are we doing?
We're either making terrifying... Oh, no, we are actually making terrifying faces. We're making the masks.
Exactly. Now that you're all settled, what did you want to know? Did the revolt have anything to do with the other murder that happened in Tazing? Oh, the murder of the Baron, you mean? Well, no, not really. I only remember that Andreas attempted to be a peacekeeper in both situations. I suppose that's when things started going poorly. Yes, after Prior Fenric was discovered as a witch, people weren't as willing to trust the Abbey anymore. I'm sorry, dude. That didn't give me much of a choice.
Yeah, he was a dick, though. Fuck that guy.
Then the abbot became more severe. He didn't like the prior's death. He didn't like that the prior's death rattled his control of Tathing. I still think that the old prior cursed the town. That's when the crops started failing. I don't know about any of that, but his taxes and restrictions and his attitude towards us, they became harsher after that. It was all we could do to live by them, but it eventually became too much. Even with all the restrictions, was the revolt really justified? I keep hearing conflicting stories about how it began. I know things were bad for the peasants, but was it worth all the loss? You wouldn't remember it, Magdalene, but the abbot was forcing us to starvation. We would have died either way. We did everything we could to keep things from getting violent, but the Lord had other plans. I remember how sick and hungry I was all the time. Grandpa kept saying it hadn't always been like that. All was fine until Hannah, Nico's wife, killed Otto because she feared what would happen if the abbey shut down. Oh, poor Hannah. Well, Hannah was who was blamed for killing Otto. How about that? Well, my husband wouldn't let that rest. We all wanted justice. When the soldier arrived and threatened us, all the townsfolk pulled away, except for you and Ulrich, Gret. No, Clara. I'm afraid even I was intimidated, and I begged Ulrich to leave the matter be. My husband alone stood with the peasants. I like this option because it's the most factual. Dad always talks about how he regrets that choice. That's why he wanted to paint the mural. Your father is unique in that regard. Most of the other townsfolk see the revolt's failure as proof that it was doomed from the start. I wonder if it's possible for the revolt to succeed.
It's not.
Oh. Truly, if the entire town banded together, we likely could have succeeded without violence at all. By then, we were so starved and wanted justice so much, Peter truly thought success was possible. Then there was still some discussion. Ulrich and Andreas wanted peace. And the fucking Miller protected that bitch. He always hated us, though he was better than us. Thought he was better than us. Ursula! Language! What, Mom? It's true. Lenhart even shot Ulrich out of nowhere.
Oh, Lenhart with your hot fuckboy naughty's haircut. I'm glad you're dead.
Wasn't he aiming at me and missed?
Yep.
People don't just shoot one another without cause. Well, most of the men had surrounded the mill and demanded Lenhart give up the accused, but he wouldn't have it. I think the miller shot Ulrich to retaliate, but after that, Peter couldn't be stopped. We lost too much. The burning of the abbey was a grim night, and the soldiers coming in, our men fought to protect us, protect Tassing, and many died in that fight. But we got rid of the abbot and the monks, at least. Yes, and that is some comfort, if only a little. Are there any heroes of Tassing I should memorialize? Dad, definitely. Peter always wanted the best for Tassing, even if he acted rashly by setting fire to the abbey. I hope you can portray him in the best light, Magdalene. I'd rather not talk about that night anymore. I hope we provide enough insight for your work. I like this is nice and open. I won't ask anything further. Thank you, Magdalene. I'm certain the mural will be beautiful.
I know I have the luxury of being outside the story and having a 21st century worldview, But the whole, I hope Peter will be treated fairly. You know what? You burn books, you don't get memorialized. I don't care if you were sad about it. Fuck you.
What was sewing cost? They had a lot of bad memories from the revolt. It's not surprising since Clara's husband led it and was killed after he set fire to the abbey. I like the little sketches.
Me too.
What's up, Big Yorg?
Hello, Magdalene. Yeah, it honestly does feel like the best thing to do is leave him out.
Yeah. I'm developing a theory about what I might want to do with the mural if I'm given a choice. It's entirely biased, but I was going to look at the map. Sorry for the flipping back and forth, everybody. So let's go talk to Agnes next. And then we can go to the inn where all the preparations are. Yeah, nobody's around. Can I have something warm to eat at the bakery? Oh, it's so nice in here. Yeah, see, everybody's at the... You alright?
Yeah, Gret wouldn't miss 1 to 30 viral loaves.
I'm just gonna check on Balthus really quick.
I get the feeling we have commerce imminently, or am I wrong?
Nope.
If it isn't Mistress Magdalene.
Hello, Balthus. Hello, Ganazu. I'm sure I'm getting his name
I'm going
wrong.
to say not you for that.
Not you. How are your inventions coming, Balthus?
Oh, very well, thank you. I was just showing you how our rat house clock works on one of my smaller prototypes. It is a fascinating process, truly. I had never considered that one man could make something so complex by himself. Do it.
I'd love to create something so intricate one day. Maybe a new kind of printing press.
And what kind of printing press would that be, pray tell?
Maybe something with automatically sorted type. That would make the process faster.
You may be onto something there, Magda. Oh, can you imagine? Automatic type. Truly an ingenious idea, if one could ever make it happen.
I'm waiting for all 3 characters to look to camera. The ideas are still fuzzy, but I think I can make it work someday.
Well, I shall look forward to your debut, mistress. In the meantime, shall we get back to work, Balthus? Huh, what? Oh, yes, of course. Please excuse us, Magdalene. We're rather busy at the moment.
Until later, then.
I just want to stop and appreciate that no element of that scene was "don't you worry your pretty little head, young lady."
Yes, which I appreciate.
That was 2 engineering dorks engineering dorking and the money going, oh, that's a good idea. Give me your email.
Nope, doctor's not in. Let's see what the mural's looking like right now.
Almost like the big reveal at the end of the game is the mural.
Right? Hush now.
We can't all be Dragon Age Inquisition.
I know.
But if we were...
Okay, Agnes should be in here. Oh, more preparations. Veronica, Brigitte, and Agnes. Magdalene Druckerin. I didn't expect to see you today. How was your father? I don't want to lie. I'm sorry. I'd rather not talk about it today. It's all right, dear. Even after all the pain and illness I've seen, it's hard to bear at times. Now then, is there something we can help you with, dear?
Agnes, you're old. Tell me stuff.
I have a small favor to ask. Oh, go on then, spit it out. If it isn't too much trouble, I'd like you all to recount what you remember of the revolt. I'm nearly done with my mural, but I need more details. I was so young, I don't remember much of that night. Thank you!
Bless you.
Thank you! Excuse me. Oh, for that project of yours in the Rothas. I'm afraid I won't have much good to say about the matter, but all right. Come sit down, Magdalene. Don't worry about helping with the wreaths. It took me years to get the technique up to Mom's expectations, so you're better off not helping. Pah, you always did fine, Brigitte. So, Magdalene, what do you need to know to finish the mural? I was hoping to ask you more about the revolts. All I can remember was the flames when the abbey was burned. What part of the revolt? The abbey starving us out of house and home? Otto's murder? Ooh, look at her face. Not happy. I doubt that would be a good painting. I like these broad general questions. It seems like the abbot at Curacao wasn't on very good terms with Tassing. Everyone but that fucking Miller hated him, with good reason. He only cared for how many pfennigs he could get from us. Brigitte, don't forget to twist the ends and can't have it looking like a Christmas hedgehog. I'm getting there, Mom. I've looked after Martin and Kraft well enough, haven't I? I can manage this. Yes, well, after your father died, I've got no one left to nag besides you and that husband of yours. Thank God I have the both of you, as a matter of fact. Let an old woman have her vices. The Gertner house was a bit sad. Jorg always gets quiet this time of year. Whatever for? I reckon because that family's been hard-pressed since Peter died. Tassing's lost a good number of folk over the years, and feast days and celebrations make it harder to bear. You mean in the revolt? The revolt, the murders, that fool Andreas had to meddle in everything. Didn't do too much good, if you ask me. Dad said that Master Mahler made some mistakes, but that he was seeking justice for everyone in town. And I think your father is right in that, and yet he'd already meddled enough in Tassing after the Baron's murder that he held more sway than he knew. I could understand it the first time. He wanted to save that old monk. I dare say he saw him as a father. And it was proven the prior was a witch, so I suppose he did some good for Tassing then. I think Volslav might be the only person left in Tassing who even remembers the old prior. That's when the trouble started, I say. The townsfolk saw a monk killed, and the abbot was incensed. Then came the revolt, and Andras Mahler happened to show up nearly the day of Otto's murder. I don't want to say was a slaughter.
Did the revolt accomplish anything? Seems to be the most open-ended.
Did the revolt accomplish anything? Well, the entire matter was a horrible bloody mess, but it did restore peace in Tassing by force. Shame it had to happen at all, I think. I knew the revolt was a bad idea from the start. Old Volslav would be the only one to know what happened inside the old church now before the fire. Some like to say things were always this bad, that violence was the only way, but it wasn't. Life got worse over the years. It wasn't like this when I was a child, not in my grandpa's time either. Sure, the abbot was pinching the townsfolk and the peasants were suffering, but to go against the church? But like you said, things weren't always so bad. We fought to make things right.
Middle or bottom?
Well, the revolt didn't totally fail, did it? The abbot monks have left. The abbey may be gone, but Tassing has only traded one lord for another. The peasants were so angry over the abbot's perceived injustices that they thought they could make it right with even more injustice. Then the abbey caught fire and everyone ran, but by then the soldiers had arrived to stop them all. That soldier even warned Peter, but nothing would stop him besides steel. So nothing got better at all? No, not as I see it. The Lord is just as severe as the abbot was and threatens force at every turn. That's life. You can struggle and die to accomplish something, and nothing changes. The dead are luckier. They died believing they changed something. We're stuck with the harsh reality.
That is harsh.
This is all you've known, Magdalene. You've grown used to it. We all have. Thank you for sharing your story with me. It's important to share our suffering with the younger generations. Maybe they can change something. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. Yeah. I like Agnes, but she's also a bit of a pessimist. They viewed the revolt as a failure, especially Agnes. She said it brought peace to Tassing, but that things are much worse now than when she was young. Those two things are not necessarily related. So it's telling me that I need to go. Next up is the golden hand, isn't it? Yeah. All right. How would I go? Curious if anyone's in the church. Nope.
So, Nico, tell me about the night your wife was killed.
Yeah.
By your most frequent customers.
I'll go look in the forest. Smokey and
Vaslav.
Vaslav.
Hello, Magdalene. Hello again, Magdalene. Are you getting ready for the Christmas celebration?
Of course, along with everyone else in town.
I've never been here for Christmas. I had meant to move on, but just no.
Right, it came fast this year.
Smokey told me your father was injured. How is he?
I don't know, Vaslav. He's not doing well.
I'm sorry. I will hope for the best. Well, I don't want to keep you from your tasks.
They should.
Yes.
Vaslav, do you want to come to the Christmas feast?
That is very kind of you to offer. My beliefs and well, how I look. It's best if I stay out here. I'll be fine. Thank you.
I'll see you later then. Merry Christmas, Vaslav.
Merry Christmas.
forest always looks so bare in winter. No one comes out here this time of year. Except a murderer looking to hide, maybe. I'm just exploring for a moment. We're lucky. Even during the winter, it never fully freezes over. Yep, but the snow's blocked me from going any further. Okay, bye-bye, bunnies. Okay, here we go. Into the inn. Where it'll probably be packed. Oh, that's quite colorful.
These are the two kids, aren't they? Who were on... No, I don't think so. I would like to applaud you, sir, for the most animated sweeping in this game where many people sweep. Hi, Max. Sorry, I can't talk for long right now.
Hi, Killian. What's keeping you so busy?
You know, setting up for the Christmas feast. It's always a lot of work. And Dad can't do it all alone. He pretends to be strong, but I think some of it's an act. He's growing older and sadder.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't really know how to help him. He doesn't talk about her much anymore. I think he's ashamed. I'm not, though. She was still my mom.
You're right not to be ashamed.
Thanks. That means a lot. Everyone does bad things sometimes, you know? When the monks were around, they told us all about God's forgiveness. Waslav talks about it a lot, too. So that's what I try to do. Forgive.
You've got a kind heart, Killian.
Maybe I just do what I think is right. Maybe I just do what I think is right. How's your mural?
Well enough. I'm trying to learn more about the days of the revolts.
I suspect many don't want to talk about that time. Painful memories.
I think you're right.
I don't blame them. Dad hasn't spoken about it in years. I'm sorry, Magdalene. I really have to get back to work.
Be well. I like Killian.
He's a little guy doing his best, and it's enough. I have a lot of respect for Killian. Oh, these two fancy lads. Well, if it isn't Magdalene?
You're learning everyone's names during your stay?
Alas, it appears the good people of Tassing are the only audience I will have until the pass is clear. Seems only right that I'd have to put myself on friendly terms with you and your neighbours. I apologise for not introducing myself sooner. I am Alexander. This is my partner, Kazimierz. We are musicians by trade, travellers by necessity. The weather trapped us on our way back to Würzburg for a Christmas celebration. I'd hoped to win the Meistersinger competition there, but alas, we are trapped here until the pass is clear.
How are you finding Tassing?
Everyone has been quite kind, and no one has thrown anything at me for my music. Considering the circumstances, I'm counting that as a success. I have to admit, I was quite upset that I'd missed my opportunity to sing at the Meistersinger competition. Meistersinger, members of a guild for lyric poets, composers and singers of unaccompanied art songs. Meistersingers perform in regular competitions, often held at a rathaus or a church. This has been a use of the identify spell. Is he...
He may be mute.
He practiced so much for it. Yeah, it's hard not to view the last year as a bit of a waste.
Really? The whole year's a waste?
Seems like it. I don't know, maybe I'll view it differently someday. I felt like everything was building up to this one performance, and now it's not going to happen.
Is winning one contest really so important?
I suppose it does seem a bit silly, put that way. There is prestige to it, of course, but I think it's more than that. When I sing for people, I want to move them. I want to see it on their faces. It's only in that moment that I can connect with them. That is the only truth I know.
You give the true scope?
Meister Singer judges will rate me as they will, but that's not why I want to perform for them. I want to move the masters the way the masters moved me. Does that make sense?
I think so. My dad is my teacher, and his approval means a lot to me.
I think we all want the approval of those who came before us. Someday, maybe someone will look at me for approval. Hard to imagine. I'm sorry, I'm just feeling a bit melancholy, I suppose.
It's probably the long nights.
I suppose you're right. All that darkness. Perhaps the Christmas feast will lift my spirits. Will I see you there?
Absolutely. Almost everyone in town should be there.
Then I look forward to it. Until then. Hello, Magdalene.
You're Casimirez, right? We're about to have another ad break here soon. You're with Alexander. Musicians?
Yes, I play shawm and lute. He sings.
Are you Polish?
Yes, from Kalich.
I already asked what they were doing in Tassing, but I'm going to be polite about it.
Ask Alexander. Sorry.
All right, I won't take up any more of your time.
Thank you. God bless you.
Nice. All right, we're just about to have one more ad break. If you skipped the last ad break because you thought, oh, I'm comfy, it's been an hour since the stream has been moving, and you should get up and wiggle, or at very least, wiggle in your seat and perhaps have a sip of water. Or maybe somebody in your household needs some medication this late at night, or needs to go in or out, or maybe you need a little snack or something. Now is a good time to do that. So why don't we take 2-3 minutes and take a little stretch, and we'll be right back. Oh, what's this? Oh, I think that's just the way to actually talk to this person. I thought there might be something underneath the table. Hans, Volslav, Juta.
Aw.
What?
There's this news story doing the rounds at the moment about how these kind of inch-long gliding spiders are
Yeah.
in the process of infesting the southeastern US. New studies suggest the massive spiders are actually gentle and mean people no harm. Despite their intimidating appearance, the giant yellow and blue-black spiders spreading across the southwestern US owe their survival to a surprising trait. They're actually kind of timid. According to a new study from the University of Georgia, the Jaro spider may be the shyest spider ever documented. They're totally harmless to humans, they're going to eat spotted lanternflies, and many species of spider fly. They spin balloons
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
ride the wind.
I saw Charlotte's Web. I know.
I am absolutely convinced Adrian Tchaikovsky is going to read this article and go, fuck yes.
Da, 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 da. Right,
It is
exactly.
still my all-time favorite SCP article. The tree, which is a communist spider republic.
Yeah.
Which I think it literally, the
Okay, I
genesis of
gotta
it
get up and stretch.
is literally someone left a copy of Karl Marx under it. And the spiders just learned how to read. They're like, this speaks to us.
This speaks to us. This is our philosophy. I like that. Oh, I have to get up and stretch. Ugh.
I do not care if the spiders are shy and timid. No, thank you, please.
Fair.
I'm really glad the reminder's working for folks. And working for me, because I've been sitting down for the last hour.
Oh, must get up. Must stretch.
Wiggle.
Ooh, no.
Oh, no. No wiggle, darling.
No, the wiggling hurts. I do not like the wiggle.
No, do not shake the booty. The booty is fragile.
No, do not chase me. I'm full of chocolate. Oh.
I know, man. I think no one can be told what the Enlightenment is. You must see it for yourself. It's pretty great.
That was a pretty good line, I have to say. That was... yes. He's going to be skinning that fish forever.
It's not Subclaus, but then what is? You
Please don't. Please don't.
I already have, more than one. Do you need a refill?
No, I have water, and it's too late in the evening for me to have any more caffeine. I've already had cake, so no sweet.
Good cake, too.
Yes, that's the last of it. The rest of it's in the freezer now.
Right.
So you can have a little slice of cake whenever you like. Hey, Fox and Moose, how's it going? We're on an ad break, so it'll be just a moment or two before we're back. Just about now. All right. Let's talk to Volslav first, I think. Well, he has the possibility of being plot. So let's talk to Hans first.
One second, I just need to yawn in an irritating way, which may make some of you also yawn.
The infestation of rapidly reproducing very scary spiders, which are actually timid and mean you no harm, feels like carrying into the void episode waiting to happen.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Don't worry about the spiders. Worry about why you're worrying about the spiders. And now, this. Hello, Magdalene.
Hello, Hans.
Did you need something?
Just wanted to see what you were doing.
Oh, I was just about to leave. I have to go meet Big York soon.
Why?
Stuff in the forest needs doing. Really, Hans? Really? Stuff in the forest.
Like what?
To lift logs.
Why?
We lift big logs to see who's stronger. It's a contest.
Does anyone else participate in this contest?
Not usually. There aren't many others in Cassing strong enough, other than Big York. Simon's big, like Sepp was, but he's not interested. He's always busy taking care of the farm. Maybe Apollo could join us one day. He's been getting stout the last few years.
Alright. Who's winning so far?
Jorg, but barely. I've been gaining on him. Growing older and softer with his council work.
So this is a thing that men just do from time to time?
Me and Jorg, sure. I don't know about anyone else.
Oh my dear God, this big lad. My sweet summer child. Okay.
You're welcome to join us, Magdalene.
Do you have any smaller logs that might suit me?
Plenty of trees in the forest. We'll find you what you need. Maybe it'll put some meat on those bones.
Sure. Maybe I'll drop by someday.
Christ, Jorg will get a kick out of that. You really mean it, right?
Absolutely.
Great. Oh, I should get back to work now. Until later, Magdalene.
Until then.
You sweet, sweet boy.
I'm trying to remember Hans on the family tree.
Oh, you sweet, sweet boy. No thoughts in your head but lift. Here we go. Son of Hedi and the late Johann Bauer, widower of the late Helwig, widow of Sephoidna, stepfather of Simon, father of Jutta. So, at some point, he or Big Jorg will have gone, alright, hi.
I'm sad. Let's go
Do you want to
lift
go
big
lift
logs.
things? Do you want to lift, bro?
Bless them.
Good job, boys. Processing your emotions by lifting heavy objects.
I'll take it. Who's Jutta? Oops. Yeah.
Jutta,
Daughter
daughter of Hans and the late Helwig, half-sister of Simon. Buddy?
That's Hans.
Oh, hello, Magdalene.
Hello, Magdalene. How's the weather? We've been preparing for the feast in here all day.
Fresh and brisk. Perfect for a walk. You're not Max, Magdalene.
Yes, I am.
Ugh, better you than me. I'll stay in here. Can keep my fingers warm.
You better keep your fingers out of my dough, Master Bauer.
I didn't do anything.
You've snuck your little fingers into my cookie dough 3 times today. Do it again and I'll rub your knuckles with the back of my spoon.
Don't anger Mistress Matilda, Simon. Yes, sir. Sorry, Mistress Matilda.
We need enough dough to make cookies for the entire town. You can't be eating it all.
Anyway, what did you come in for, Magdalene?
I was hoping you could tell me what you remember of the revolt. I was too young to remember much of it. No one ever seems to talk about it, and Mistress Matilda and Master Volslav, you two are the only ones left who used to serve in the abbey.
The only ones who stayed. Anyway, Matilda and I had been friendly enough with the people in town. We put it behind us in time. You can imagine the other brothers had a little reason to remain.
Look at the fish scales flying off that fish.
Poor old Adoc's heart gave out that night. It was all too much for him. God rest his soul. I'm not sure what happened to the others, all gone, in any case. But the whole thing is a sensitive subject, Magdalene. Why are you asking? Either one of the bottom two are really good.
I want to portray the events truthfully in the mural, so I'm trying... I like this thing. I talked to some of the others and... I want to portray the event truthfully in the mural, so I'm trying to hear everyone's account of events.
For the sake of seeing it portrayed right, I will tell you what I remember.
Wait, Magdalene, here. Come cut out cookies with me first. That way we won't fall behind while we chat.
We'll be grateful for the help. But before we descend into what is clearly the world's funnest minigame, could I just say I love that Simon is sweeping in the manner of a desultory, pissed-off teenager. So, I'm just sweeping. Give me some cookie dough. Hate this. Centuries before shitty music. I'm gonna go throw rocks. Eventually they'll let me lift logs and put them down again. No, we won't. I hate you.
All right, Magdalene, cut out cookies from the dough and set them aside so Simon can put them on a tray. We'll need a good number in a variety of shapes, so don't hesitate to change which cutter you use. We have to have enough for the whole town, after all.
Motherfucker, you don't have enough for all the people in this room. You're gonna tessellate them. Keep them tessellated. Oh, this changes everything.
Trying to find like a really efficient shape.
Could you flip it round? So
that's
the
what
underside
I'm thinking.
of the...
Yeah.
Superb. Now you just like dock it further in. Yeah. Enterprise that shit. Yeah. Or not. You could not too. That's fine.
Problem is I have to like
then flip it around again because then you can tuck it in. Yeah, that's the shit. So then kind of angle it back towards you. There you go. Probably get closer than that even.
being very efficient. Obviously, people have never baked with me before.
No word of a lie, folks. I once saw Marguerite successfully run a very efficient pre-child's birthday party kitchen, including directing 2 mothers-in-law to the shelf that had the thing that required it. And she had not been in that kitchen ever before.
It won't let me cut there for some reason.
2 hours previously.
No. Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done yet. Let me try again. Okay, fine. It gets grumpy with me. In all the shapes, so
I do a line of burb.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, do like a line of each or something here, I think. This, I can probably do like 4 of each.
You could fit a burb on the end of that. The impossible dream, Stitch. The impossible dream. You'd definitely fit one more in. All that works too. You could probably get like 8 burbs along there if you just ran it vertically.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then you can flip the bird. Either way, either vertical.
He won't fit in that space.
So go 100% vertical and just run them along the bottom.
Let's you.
You could probably tessellate 2 rows of those diamonds, or at the very least 1 row.
I'm thinking what I might do the whole heart and diamond thing again. I think that's
a
the
small
most
way of
space
maximizing
efficient.
the space. What a surprisingly intense cookie simulator here towards the end of this game. I'm most impressed.
Start over here though. Don't give me that. I'm earning this story, that's for sure. I might be able to...
I think you could. No, it's not going to let me do one more. Okay, I think I'm done. Cookie Master! Fuck
Trophy
yes!
achieved! Are you done? These look wonderful, thank you. You can make more if you want, but it looks like we have enough. I think that's good for now. Thanks for the help, Magdalene. We better keep going. Oh.
We'd better keep going if we're going to have everything ready by the procession tonight. So what can we tell you, Mags?
I heard the Landsknecht came into town before the revolt and warned everyone to leave the abbey alone.
Slightly leading, but I do like that one.
Could things really have been talked out, or was it too late by then?
There were some people who wanted to talk. Master Marlowe worked very hard to keep the peace, but after Otto was killed...
Oh, Andreas, shame how he died. We at the monastery were fond of him. Dad said he was instrumental in keeping the revolt from getting out of hand. He regrets not standing by him.
Yes, he was. He had a personal dinner with the abbots to try and discuss things, I believe.
A pity they couldn't come to an agreement.
Yes, Andreas did a lot of good for Tassing, and Kisau too.
Even if the old abbot failed to admit that.
He even revealed corruption in our own midst. The old prior Ferenc had been doing witchcraft in the church. I still grieve that he died in the abbey fire. I know your father does too, Magdalene.
But wasn't the revolt in general justified?
Yes, I think so. We couldn't even collect in the forest without a fee. Dad kept saying we couldn't live with higher and higher taxes. The night Otto died, the abbot was trying to excommunicate everyone for celebrating St. John's Eve. A lot of people thought the abbot killed him in revenge.
Turns out it was Hannah, the innkeeper's wife. I still say she was pressured into it by the miller.
Still, After Otto and Ulrich, that was too much. We burned the mill, with both bastards inside. The abbot promised to help if Andreas found the person who killed Otto. All we wanted was to talk.
You mean...
Yeah, showing up outside with an armed mob going, I just want to talk, is not, you know...
I like this one because it casts shade on the abbot.
Yeah.
But the abbot ordered the Landsknecht to stop you?
The abbot had no idea the Landsknechts had arrived. It was too much for Peter. Lenhart was one thing, he just killed Ulrich, but to burn the abbey... But when the Landsknechts saw the fire, they thought they had another revolt on their hands. Even Father Gano couldn't stop them. We all fled. Father Florian saved as many as he could, but...
Peter was wrong to burn the abbey, but what the soldiers did, that was awful.
Dad died protecting me. Stabbed in the chest. I don't remember what he was wearing, but I remember how dark the blood was when we found him. Black and sticky. Like treacle. Dad socked one of the soldiers in the face, but another was right there, and...
Magdalene, can we stop talking about this? Of course, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset anyone.
Thanks, Magdalene. It's hard to discuss sometimes, you know? Good luck. I'll see you at the procession later.
Until then, everyone. 8 o'clock at night in the winter. You better...
hours later.
Time to go to the commons for the thing.
Perktenleif. Or Perktenlauf, I think.
Ugh. I don't have Tassie doesn't have the best history with making us all gather in the commons. I'm just saying.
You know, could we maybe not... It's like the town in Scream. You just fucking leave.
Just gonna go up to the mill real quick and see if there's anything going on up here.
Oh good, the dog's inside. If it wasn't, we were gonna have a problem.
Yeah, see, no one's around. That's fine. Yeah, it might be a good idea just to check on Dad really quick.
That's not good.
What?
If this is home, or that's your bed, sorry.
Yeah, he's upstairs, I'm sure.
Hello, Magdalene.
No, there's no dialogue there. Oh well, worth a shot. I'm just checking in on him, make sure he's okay. Okay, here we go again.
Christ, it's too damn cold.
Look at ill Peter.
You shut your mouth, boy. We've done this festival every year. You won't die standing here for 5 minutes.
Oh good, you made it, Magda. I was getting worried you'd miss the procession. I wouldn't miss it for the world. The costumes are just too wonderful to miss, aren't they? I remember the masks scared me when I was little. Shh, it's starting. Oh, Artemis looks so lovely. I'd love to be the bright saint one year, leading off all the demons into the woods.
That's the only type of boys that'll follow you, Artemis.
Paulo, stop that.
Sorry, Mum.
Christina, see the Perkin? So scary.
I don't like it.
Shh, Andreas, you're all right. They're only costumes. Big masks that our neighbors are wearing, remember? Oh, it's so cold. Magdalene, would you want to be the Bright Saint or one of the Perkton? I don't think I'd want to be part of the procession. I like watching. Oh, really? You're normally so outgoing. I guess watching is a better view, though. Doesn't seem fair Artemis gets to be the Bright Saint since her dad is on the town council. You'll get your chance. Don't worry. Passing's on the Perkton not did the
Perkton laugh.
as long as I can remember. Everyone in town's been a part of the procession before. Well, except for the young ones, yeah.
Well, it is. I'm looking at the back of the screen. There's no one there, but...
There. Hair on the back of my neck is standing up again. Are the Perkton giving you the shivers too? That's why we're driving them away, you know? As beautiful as ever. Goddamn long as ever.
Well, at least we're going to eat after this. My man. I swear, if there was a sudden murder... Oh, hi, Mags. Magda... What... Oh, whatever, Mags.
Oh god, he's drunk.
He's drunk. Look at his face. You made it. I was worried for a minute you'd skip out on the fun. Merry Christmas, Mags.
I'm so tempted. I was... Aww.
200 years later, Il Peter's still in town.
Merry Christmas, odds.
Look, Valtus made a special batch of beer, and I heard you made cookies too. Alexandra and Kaz look like they're going to play something too.
Did you forget Casimir's name, or are you giving everyone nicknames tonight?
That's a secret, man. Come on, let's go get some food.
Hey! Everyone listen up! Georg is going to speak!
Oh, yeah, thanks, Veronica. On behalf of the town council, I want to thank everyone for coming tonight.
I think I'm just going to listen intently.
This year has been tough for all of us. We've had more snowfall than anyone can remember, and the early frost gave us a small harvest. Folk haven't come through the pass as often. Nico, you've been short of customers. We've all missed a trade. Alexander and Casimir's, you've been kept from your journey. Not you, the snow has kept you from returning home. And I know we've all felt the lack of Klaus in town as he's been bedridden these past few months. And yet, the Lord has blessed us with each other, cheerful guests and good company.
Exactly.
And our third quarter earnings look very promising.
Cheers. Amen. Yay!
Even though this season has been rough, God knows we still have a lot to celebrate this Christmas. Oh, it's an open letter. And just, you've made tools we couldn't have gone without. Just practicing my trade. Dr. Stoltz, you've kept us all in good humours. A proof of my experience, Jorg, in such cruel weather.
I'm gonna mutter this.
Keep listening. Magdalene, you've painted the mural for us.
I like this. Thank you all for entrusting me with this task. I've done my best to honor Tassing's history.
Alexander and Casimir, you spread good cheer in the early winter nights. Our pleasure, truly. And especially tonight, I think we should thank Baltus for making such a wonderful beer for us to enjoy.
Huzzah! Hooray for Balthus! Oh, this is very sweet.
Oh, no, please. Nazio helped tremendously. It's thanks to him, really. Ah, well, grazie. Yeah, I'm pretty great. And thanks to our Lord, who has so graciously provided for this feast.
Mutter, 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 mutter. Thanks to the man's deep pockets.
Casimir's and I shall play later in the evening, so please come to us with songs if you have one in mind.
Everybody starts yelling.
Sing Ya Ding Dong!
Yeah, Ding Dong!
Oh, well, that's it, everyone. Enjoy the party. Drive home safe. If I may, Jorg, I'd like to bless this great feast our Lord has provided for us.
I have to say, he's my number one suspect.
Mine too, because he's a dick. Of course, Father. Today we have come together in the bonds of marriage to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Brings us together.
Just as our Lord has provided for us with this meal, so too did Christ provide us with the bread of life. And now, Wonderwall, so please join with me in prayer. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts, for which we are about to receive. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Yeah. Oh, the television's trying to shame me.
Lies, television. Lies. Now please, everyone, I know Baltus made a fine beer, but remember that temperance is a virtue. Celebrate the Christ child as though his manger were here with us.
Buzzkill. Quizzically.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Finally!
Let's see.
Yay. I'm worried that the beer's gone off. And everybody's...
Where the fuck is he going?
Where is he going? Why did he just leave? I'm so suspicious. Why did he just leave? Hey, hang on a second. We've got about 10 minutes of stream left, and I'm terribly suspicious of why the priest left. I'm gonna go look at the journal. I suppose I should be friendly and say hello to everyone. I am sus. There's Eva, Veronica, Anna, and Alexander to talk to, and somebody up top. Who else have we got up top? Andrus and Werner. All right.
Sitting with Baltus and not you, but they don't look talkable to.
Correct.
You want to start working the room? We can probably get Werner and Andrus done before we close. Or you want to wrap early?
I'm wondering if this might be a good place to wrap up, because
this is probably a good place to wrap up.
It is a little early, but starting with the kickoff conversation and the realization that Thomas has left. He hasn't stayed to partake with everyone else. Makes me... It's like kind of like a good entrance to the next session, you know? Look at him in his full-on Dickens pose here. Although there's Smokey.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed I can't talk to Smokey, to be honest. All right. Why don't we wrap up here then? We're a smidge early, like I said, but this is a good place to start for next
And it
session, I
also
think.
gives us a nice meaty chunk to jump into next time round.
Exactly, before shit kicks off, I'm assuming.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Right, so let's talk about scheduling for a minute, folks.
Things are going to be a bit different across the course of the next week because on Monday morning, the M on the morning is capitalized. Marguerite is leaving on a jet plane for a week to go to the US. So next week, streaming is going to be just me.
So, but we're going to start that a little early on Sunday we have finished unpacking. So we're going to start our new game, which is called Cloudpunk.
Yes, which is a cyberpunk taxi driving game of intrigue and errand running.
Which may involve puzzles, which is why we're starting it with me, hopefully.
I'm not offended. I know my strengths. Puzzles are often not one.
Young Andreas is adorable.
Young Andreas is adorable.
So we'll be starting that on Sunday, and then on both Wednesday and Sunday of the following week, Alistair will be solo playing Clockpunk.
Cloudpunk, because Cloudpunk is notionally an 8-hour game. So I figure if we get 3 sessions of it, then I maybe only have 5 more to go. No, I'm actually quietly confident we'll get it done, because if I can close that out before Marguerite comes back, then we can just jump straight into Pentiment. And if not, we can just jump straight back to Pentiment and finish Cloudpunk later if we want.
Exactly. So thanks so much for joining us.
Very nice for you that you stopped by, Varen. We really appreciate you being here.
Business and pleasure both. So I'm on a business trip for the first half of the week, most of the week, Monday through Friday. But then it turns out international airfare is much cheaper if you stay over on a Saturday night. And my U.S. driver's license needs to be renewed, which has to be done in person. So I'm gonna pop on over to California for a long weekend with a couple of friends and do some life admin and eat tacos in the sun.
And we looked at the possibility of me going over as well. It's been a couple of years since I've been to the States. But basically, there was no point me going over for the business meeting, because people would go, who is that dashing, handsome man in the back of this legal conference? And I'd have to be like, no, please, pay me no mind. I shall just be here in Radiant. Basically, we pay like a couple of £1,000 for me to be jet lagged for a week.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
It just wasn't cost effective this time around. So I will be making the voyage, and then I will be back.
Yes, and I will be talking to myself a lot. So streaming will be kind of easy as a result.
Yeah, streaming will be very useful for me. I'm also threatening to install Baldur's Gate 3 for him before I go, and in which case I will need people to like nudge him and make sure, like, okay, stop playing now. Stop playing. You have to go take the bins out.
Bard or Druid?
Seriously? Oh, you'd be really good as a Druid.
Be a good Druid.
But you'd have so much fun as a bard.
So much fun as a bard.
Oh, of course you'd want to play bard.
Bardic inspiration.
I
don't even know what it means.
No, I'm going to the Midwest. So yeah, it's 9 hours out, and then just a short, it's not a short hop, it's 4 hours from the Midwest to California, and then coming back, it is a 12-hour overnight red eye. I leave Sunday night at around midnight, and I get in Monday night at around 5 p.m.
Which, the way that Heathrow currently is, means you're probably home around 9.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a lot of travel, but
I have stuff to do. I'm being set garden chores. I'm investigating the possibility of getting the bus into Basingstoke to go see a talkie.
He'll be fine.
Maybe get some Red Hots,
Get some Red Hots. Oh, that reminds me, I should check with friends if they want me to bring them Tritos.
I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you can just push the entirety of the cookie aisle in Trader Joe's into a trolley, and I mean,
somehow make it past
planes
custom.
Have trailers. It's fine.
It'll be fine.
I found out today that very, very rich people, nicely done, Fox and Moose, once you get to a certain level of, I have so much money, it's actually evil, several folks literally charter a cargo plane to bring their cars with them in case they want to drive their cars in presumably a country with no common extradition policy.
Yeah, who knows? And to which I saw that article as well, to which my response was, where's that heist movie, thank you?
Right? You want to put the Fast and Furious franchise back on track, have them steal some cars from a plane. It'd be great.
Yeah. Oh no, I have a whole shopping list and also a dropout order to place. But the thing I want from the dropout swag store is out of stock. I am very disappointed. Sky Orcas.
Sky Orcas.
That's exactly what we need, yes.
Did you see that news story about how it's been confirmed that the orcas who are fucking up yachts are bored teenage orcas?
Yes, and I think it's delightful. Don't take the cookies to the side of the plane.
I've seen the trailer for the new Venom movie. I know you can just stick stuff to the outside of a plane with no harm to the aerodynamics of it whatsoever. Fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go really, really well.
Yeah,
So Sunday will be a normal-esque stream as we start a new game, and then Alistair will be. No, I'm not going to say that. Alistair will be by himself for a couple of streams.
What were you going to say, honey?
I was going to say you'd be freeballing it, but that just got obscene.
There's something on the wing.
Yeah.
Something.
Stop! Don't go full Shatner at 11 o'clock at night for me. Just no. He'll be fine.
I have 2 podcast guest appearances lined up.
Oh, wow.
So, one of them they're both very cool, but one of them is a show I've never been on before, which is Writers talking about their playlist. So I hope my friend Kat is ready for Here Is Why I Listen to Very Little, but the only thing they hear is you from the Doom Eternal soundtrack with a deadline. I'm, of course, kidding. I provided her with 3 projects with 3 musical keys. So.
Of course you do.
So I have those. I'm going to go for a walk every couple of days. There's a library.
You gonna have a chippy tea?
I'm going to have a chippy tea on Tuesday. I'm hopefully going to go into Basingstoke on Friday on the bus.
Yeah, you said go see a movie.
A lot of stuff to do.
Should be good. Mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
Take out the bins.
Yeah, pick up the cat's poop. Thanks,
it's not even our cat.
Great, thank you for that. I love how you look at us with disdain at least he doesn't hold eye contact.
Do Legos is another excellent suggestion.
Actually, on the list, I have a Lego project that will be completed by the time you return. And no, none of it's tidying up that stuff. That would be responsible. I'm going to make a new thing. Thank you.
Very well. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We'll do streaming as normal on Wednesday, and then the full lead on Friday.
Yes, indeed. It's a good one this week, too. That's
and by Wednesday, I meant Sunday, of course.
I covered for Sunday. You, almost like I didn't notice. And I don't think any of these other fine people did, too.
I mean, he's tuning up his loot over there. He's busy. So, alrighty. Don't. Just stop singing Cartman voices. Alright. Thanks very much for joining us, everybody.
I've been Alistair.
I've been Marguerite, and I'm cutting him off before it gets any worse.
And this has been Suspicious. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, bye.